Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Putin might know where General Valery Zaluzhny, the commander of the Ukrainian armed forces, is. He might know, but he says that Mr. Zaluzhny is not in Ukraine. Could be somewhere else, could be in a foreign country. Very interesting article, and Putin is very funny, I think, in this assessment, or at least statement. This article comes from Sputnik from today, June 18th, 2023. Putin suggests top Ukrainian General Zaluzhny may be abroad. Now, you know, the Russians claimed that an air attack injured Zaluzhny and hit him in the head. He needs some surgery, and they say, well, he's alive but incapacitated, and so on. So Putin was asked if he knows where General Zaluzhny is. Zaluzhny stopped appearing in public, which is true, after Russia conducted missile strikes on a number of Ukrainian military targets last month as part of Moscow's special operation in Ukraine. Journalist Pavel Zarubin has posted a video of Russian President Vladimir Putin giving his thoughts about the whereabouts of Commander-in-Chief of Ukrainian troops Valery Zaluzhny during Putin's meeting with military correspondents in Moscow earlier this week. And I think I know, end quote, where Zaluzhny is, the Russian president said before, urging the journalist to ask the top Ukrainian general himself about it. That's exactly what I said. If you want to really know how and what a person has to say about an issue, go and meet the person and he's going to tell you. Or here, if you want to know where he's at, where he's located, why don't you go and try to talk to him? And I'm quoting Putin. But for this, to be able to go and talk to Zaluzhny, you need to switch to a foreign language. It seems to me that he is abroad. But I could be wrong, end quote, Putin added. So it seems to me, but I could be wrong, so don't, go and convince yourself by going and asking the general himself. Yes, I haven't seen interviews with him for about a month and a half or so, or maybe more, after the time the Russians said the missile strike was conducted on command centers. A representative of Russian law enforcement agencies earlier told Sputnik, citing Ukrainian military sources, that Zaluzhny received a head injury and shrapnel wounds as a result of Russia's missile strike in early May. So they're citing Ukrainian military sources. Well, you know how that is. Oh, what do you have here? It looks like something. Anyway, and I'm quoting, first aid was provided to Zaluzhny in Nikolaev in order to stop the bleeding. He had a cranial trepanation done in the Kiev military hospital, end quote, the representative said. This is what the Russians claim, so take it like that. The first questions about Zaluzhny's condition and whereabouts arose after NATO reported on May 10th that he had notified the alliance that it was impossible for him to speak to members of the alliance military committee even via a video link. And they gave the argument, the reason, the justification was that he's too busy planning. And then the idiots, that was an idiot move from the Ukrainian media, but the media was listening to the orders, was a few pictures posted the next day, the very next day after Zaluzhny said, supposedly, that he's too busy planning the war and he can't take an hour or two being via, Zoom or something, talking with his guys. The next day he participated in a wedding of a soldier, soldier, and a few pictures over there from a wedding. Now that's idiotic. I mean, the day before you were planning and you didn't meet your masters, and the next day you go and just participate to That person was not, I don't know, a something, just a soldier. I think that those pictures were made a long time ago, not published right now, and even if they published it, it was idiotic. And then they made that video with Zaluzhny sitting at the desk, and wait, what's up? On that one, when I was looking, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Some people suggested that it was modified and transformed and changed and edited and so on. I don't know. It didn't seem too obvious to me. So I said, well, maybe that's the guy, maybe not. To me, I can't pick up anything in that video. But when the Ukrainians showed up Budanov's video, the chief of the military intelligence, the guy, the 38-year-old general of the intelligence, which I don't think he was very smart, and I used past tense to say that he wasn't. I think he's not with us, or if he's with us, he's more than incapacitated. I think he's in a vegetable state, if he still is. That's my assessment. They posted a video with him like, but only this, you see, the light is wrong, the movement down here, but here he just does a little bit. That was even for a regular person, if I may elevate myself to that position of a normal person, that seemed to me, pooh, man, that's a poor job over there of editing. I had a lot of questions about that video. So Putin says that this guy is somewhere in Tahiti, you know, watching the sky, the stars, the moon, the whatever he's watching, or the looking at the waves coming. I don't know. I feel sorry for Zaluzhny to a certain extent. He didn't do anything wrong to me, but I think for me, he was one of the few guys from Ukraine, and I pick my words carefully here, guys from Ukraine. He was a Ukrainian. He is a Ukrainian. I don't think he's dead. Who I haven't heard him talk stupid stuff. I heard everybody else almost over there that is put in front of us, Budanov, Danilov, Zaluzhny, not Zelensky, I meant, Reznikov, Yermak, Ignat, Maliar, all these guys, they said stupid stuff at one point, more or less. But Zaluzhny never, I've never heard him saying anything stupid or... No, so that's why for me, he's a military guy. Now he fights Russia and so on. I never heard him, So that's why I said I would feel sorry. Well, Putin knows where he is at. I think he is. He's got some information. But you know how it is. Until you go and interview the guy, you don't know if it really is the guy. If you do it via media like this, a lot of things could be changed. I made a video on that with artificial intelligence and other programs modified with the same body, different face. It's unbelievable. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.